Dear students, we will do a new module. It's allowances. It's a simple module compared to the previous module. This is a theoretical module. So here, what do you mean by allowances? Allowances, just the meaning or the simple meaning is any amount you are getting regularly along with your salary. You know that salary is divided into different components. Basic salary will be there. Dearness allowance will be there. House rent allowance will be there. City compensatory allowance. So whatever is added to the basic components of salary, what will be the taxability? So this amount is given to employees along with their salary to meet certain types of expenses. See, if you are living in a rural area, inflation will not be affected so much. Whereas if you are living in a city, inflation will be there. So that items will be, you have to spend more money to serve in that city. So if I am working in Bangalore, I will get city compensatory allowance. But if I am working in Kunigal or a rural area, I will not get the city compensatory allowance as my salary component. So examples of allowances, house rent allowance. Those who are not having own house to stay, they are giving house rent allowance. Allowances are divided into two. One is allowances. We can divide it into three. Fully exempted, fully exempted, fully exempted. Next is fully taxable. Fully taxable. This is partially taxable. Partially taxable. So this is the allowances classification. It's divided into three. Now we will see what are the fully exempted allowances. First one is foreign allowance for employees posted outside India. Those who have worked serving as ambassadors of other countries, Indian Foreign Service, their all allowances are exempted. Then house rent allowance given to High Court and Supreme Court judges. Sumptuary allowance to Supreme Court and High Court judges. Now what is the meaning of sumptuary allowance? See, if you are eating a regular meal, that is a regular meal. But if you are eating a buffet, we can call it as a sumptuary meal. That meaning High Court and Supreme Court judges, they will get all the privileges. So that is the extra benefits added to that position. Next is allowances from United Nations Organization, World Bank, IMF. Allowances to teachers and professors from SAARC member countries, it's exempted for 2 years. Now next is fully taxable allowances. When we will do problems, this is important information because we have to consider that. One is DA, dearness allowance, additional DA. Those who are working in armed forces and all, when they are posted in hilly areas, remote areas and all, they will get additional DA. Or high cost of living allowance. These are called different names but fully taxable. City compensatory allowance. If you are working in a city like Bangalore, Chennai, Cochin, Delhi, you will get this allowance. Lunch allowance, tiffin allowance, marriage allowance, family allowance, deputation allowance, wardenship allowance. That is for the hostel if you are staying as a warden. Now we are coming to the third one, partially taxable. House rent allowance is partially taxable. We are explaining, we are learning as a next module, so I am not explaining here. Then entertainment allowance for government employees. It's also a separate module along with the salary deductions, it's explained. Helper allowance, uniform allowance, academic allowance, conveyance allowance, travelling allowance, transfer allowance. See, imagine all these allowances. Imagine it's in the problem, it's given 5,000 rupees they received, but they had spent only 3,000. If it's uniform allowance, 5,000 employer paid, but the employer has produced the bill only for 3,000. So actual minus amount spent will be taxable. So in this case, 5,000 minus 3,000, 2,000 will be taxable. Now transport allowance is fully taxable, but for differently abled persons, 3,200 per month is exempted. Running or flight allowance. This is a 2-mark question. Running or flight allowance, students will make mistake. For private sector employees engaged in transport service, those who are pilots and all, 70% of such allowance or rupees 10,000 per month, whichever is less, is exempted. Now children education allowance, you have to remember, it's only there for the old regime, it's not there for the new regime. So you have to remember, children education allowance, I have explained because some universities will be following old regime and new, some will be following the new. So this both I'll explain. Children education allowance is not there for when you calculate as per the new regime. So here You have to remember children education allowance is rupees 100 per month but restricted to 2 children. 100 per month. So 1,200 one child. If it's 2 children, 2,400 he can claim. Hostel expenditure allowance rupees 300 per month for 2 children. So that meaning 12 into 300 for one child, 12 into 300 into 2 if it's 2 children. If the employee is getting both education and hostel allowance, he is allowed to separate exemption for education and hostel allowance, but only for 2 own children. Own children, that's very important. So computation, I will explain the computation of education allowance with the help of 2 small problems. Mr. A is employed in an MNC and his employer is giving education allowance for 3 children. First thing is own children only it's allowed, and for 3 children at the rate of 500 per month. So first child, 3 children, he will not get 2 children, he will get 100 into 2 into 100 into 100. So 12 into 100 into 2. 2,400 he will get. 2,400. Third child he will not get. Next is Mr. A is getting education allowance for all children studying in a school. Education allowance received is first is 80 per month. Next child 150 per month. Next is 200 per month. Here also the value will be same, but the first child we will not allow because it's less than the actual amount. So here we will get 100, here he will get 100. Same 2,400 he can claim. Now some important points are there regarding education allowance. Exemption is allowed for any 2 children of the employee. That is own child. Child includes all legal children including adopted child or stepchild. Grandchildren are not eligible for exemption education allowance. Now education allowance is allowed irrespective of the actual amount incurred. See, whatever the amount incurred, he can claim 2,400 for 2 children. If it's one child, 1,200 for the year. So this is what I wanted to explain in this module. Happy learning. Thank you.